Tetris. Maestro saying, Javi, what are you doing to us, OMG? Oh, hi, Maestro. Good to see you here. The old Big Daddy representative. All right. Kazanavi well ahead on the line sequence here, so he'll be the first to reach level 16. He's about 10 lines away. Aaron's still about 20 lines away, but currently 199 for Kazanavi, 169 for Aaron. There's a hey now for Omen somewhere. Meanwhile, Superstep and Blingus kicking off their matchup for the Classic Tetris bi-weekly as they help continue the 26th of those tournaments, and that one being special for CTBW is it's a double elimination tournament, so actually that's the reason why Blingus and Superstep are getting to play in this matchup. As I'm told, this is a matchup in the losers bracket side, so they've already experienced one elimination. Now one of them will have to experience a second elimination, at least if my understanding was correct. Meanwhile, Kazanavi is now into level 16. He's got 262 on the board. Aaron back at 196,000. So both players doing a nice job of scoring here, but Aaron will have to do a bit more scoring on 18 speeds. And speaking of 18 speeds, early on up top, it's 81,000 from Blingus, 104 from Superstep. Although Superstep getting a bit high up on the board here. Superstep trying to find a way to burn lines here. Amazing dash survival right now from Super. But this is still a perilous situation. Meanwhile, Kazanavi's on to level 18. He's got 353. Aaron back at 208. So she does have the lines advantage here as Kazanavi's about to enter 19 speeds. But is still going to have to find a way to set up for at least a few Tetrises here. That or be able to go well into 19. Meanwhile, Superstep still fighting up near next box height. Insane happenings from him up top. And now Blingus' board getting a little bit high too. Blingus managing to burn it back down though. Very nice burns here from Blingus. And Kazanavi's board falling apart into level 19. He ends up topping out at 362. So for Aaron, you need to get to 363,000 points. 363 is going to be your target, Aaron. So basically you're going to have to get about 100,000 off of 19. And Superstep does end up topping out at 131. So Blingus, you're good for game number 1 on the CTBW match. And since Blingus won that first game, Superstep will get to choose the level select for the second game, as is CTBW rules. And hello to Rogue Potato, says, does a hey now still count if there's no counter counting it? Look, Rogue Potato, there was only one TNP show episode where we had a hey now counter, and you know which episode that was. Aaron, unfortunately, not going to be able to complete the chase down here, as Kazanavi just putting up too many points here during that 136 line stretch, and so he'll take game number 1. So there we go. If a tree falls in the woods, hey, thank you. Tetris son. Superstep saying no shot I was getting out of that. You had it. For a moment, it looked like you had a chance there. For a moment, Superstep. Right. Superstep gonna ask for a 15 start for the second game. We do have readies up top. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You ain't never gonna bring me down. Thanks, Arparo. Alright. I got the reference. You and I are on the same wavelength here, Arparo, for all these references you keep making. Alright, game number 2 for everybody. Here we go. 4 readies, 4 countdown. 4, 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Yes, I do, Arparo. I know a lot of cultural references, though, to be fair, so it's... basically grew up on 70s and 80s music / movies, and then only expanded my knowledge from there. Alright, early on here, everyone doing well. So, our bottom matchup here being a standard run-of-the-mill TMP show challenge between Condensed Aaron and Kazanavi, who I don't know if they have a history of playing against each other. But seems like a fun matchup between the two. Our top matchup was an intentional one, though, as noted for the CTBW bracket, so I'm curious if I can find that bracket as our players continue through the second game here. Alright, but everyone is alive and well here for the moment. So Blingus coming in as the 19th seed of this, Superstep coming in as the 40th seed, which just goes to show how many players we had qualify for the CTBW bracket. Winner, this is the losers round 1 matchup. Winner of this one will play the winner of Curdy versus, I'm going to guess, Catfinity, based on the way things are shaping. Alright, all of our players still alive and well here on our top matchup. We are halfway through 15 speeds. It's 172 for Blingus, 117 for Superstep. On the bottom matchup, it's 53,000 so far from Aaron, 82,000 from Kazanavi. All of our players with mostly clean boards here. Kazanavi potentially considering another center wall setup here. Not a dirty center wall setup, but still a center wall setup, so yep, he's gonna go for it. Tetris for Kazanavi. Blingus having to close off the well here, trying to make the right burns to get it reopened. S&Z piece has proven to be a bit unruly, but Blingus slowly fighting through this. And Superstep and Aaron both keeping their boards on the low side here, so not too many issues on their side. Can't be that many less than CTM this month. Well, see, CTM's in its own stretch of chaos. I'm just glad the brackets got announced. Alright, Blingus now building up about 100,000 point lead over Superstep, although it is worth noting that Blingus is also about 20 lines ahead of Superstep, so pace-wise this is actually a bit closer between these two. A lot closer. Meanwhile, Kazanavi is about 15 lines ahead of Aaron, so pace-wise it's pretty close between them, but in the real time it's 173 for Kazanavi, 126 for Aaron. So all of our players continuing to manage pretty well here for the time being, as they all approach transition, and Blingus will be the first of the 4 to reach a transition. Blingus into level 16 here, knocks down the Tetris, currently at 343, so I think even with the lines difference, Blingus does have the true lead right now, as Superstep is trying to do his best to keep up with the scoring, but Blingus trying to put the pressure on. Well, Aaron getting a little bit high up on the board, but knocks down a Tetris to help bring it down. 158 currently for Aaron, 202 for Avi. So pace-wise, they are still right alongside each other, as Kazanavi now just a few lines away from entering level 16, and looks like he's going to have to do so with a left well Tetris setup. I guess that's more optimal than the center well setup. guess we will leave that one up to interpretation, but both players doing their best here. Although Aaron, unfortunately, board ends up getting out of her control, so she tops out at 160,000. That means Cousin Avi is going to be good on game number 2. Meanwhile, it's 311,000 from Superstep, who is now also into 18 speeds, and 425 for Blingus, who is now into 19 speeds. And Blingus not going to be able to do much on the 19 speeds, ends up topping out at 427. So Superstep, you got to get to 428. 428 is your target, Superstep. So from this point, certainly in line-out territory. If you choose to go for the Tetrises, 3 would be enough to do it here. But can safely line it out if you choose to. Link saying GG's, Cousin Avi saying GG's as well. And there we go. Superstep getting all 3 of the Tetrises and has tied it up 1-1 here against the Blingus. Alright, Cousin Avi saying he's going to start on 18 here, while Aaron remains on 12 for the next one. We do have 4 readies here, so let's count down from 4 here. Here we go. 4, 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Like saying, we'll say at this rate, I'll be able to play my match against Hecate. I mean, you're guaranteed to go at least 2 games more with Superstep, so if that's how it ends up being, then I'm sure Hecate will understand, Blingus. Well, as we start off game number 3 here, Blingus will ensure that it's going to be a short game number 3 because they are going to top out at 25,000. So Superstep, you're going to be good for game 3. Like saying maybe I will be able to play against Hecate. I should probably let Hecate know that. Let's schedule. Struggle seed, yeah. Speaking of struggle seeds, Cousin Avi getting caught high up on the board. He ends up topping out at 54,000. So Aaron, once you get to 55,000, you're good on game 3. Superstep is going to quickly use the bathroom here before we go into game 4. Alright. There we go. Aaron not out of this one yet. Does take the 3rd game on our dual level starting here. Alright, we do have ready, or we'll have a ready from Cousin Avi. Just waiting on the ready from Aaron here. Okay, ready for Aaron? Let's count it down. Game number 4 in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Superstep confirming this will be an 18 start or 15 start. Blingus saying let's go 15. All right. Yes. Loser always picks the following game. No, you're good, Blingus. You're good. It's an interesting rule quirk, but it can be easy to forget if you're not used to playing in CTBW. All right, we do have readies though, so let's count it down for game 4 in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. And then let's take a look at the game 4 that's already underway here. Is early on Cousin Avi at 48,000, Aaron at 36,000. So Cousin Avi having to do a bit of burning here through the early stretch. He's already got 30 lines under his belt here, which is about 10 more than Aaron does right now. So both players managing to keep similar scoring here at the moment. Meanwhile, Superstep and Blingus continuing their back and forth here. Nice column A Tetris there by Blingus. Alright. Cousin Avi still having to burn some lines here. Hello to Snowy. Thanks for asking how I'm feeling. Still not quite 100%. I'm sure you'll hear the occasional sniffle through my microphone, but... And hello to Mr. This and That as well. But I feel healthy enough to do a 7-hour TNP show episode, let's put it that way. And then I'm sure by Friday I'll be fine to do the inevitable 15-hour episode, however long that one ends up being. Alright, up to 173,000 points here for Blingus, 119 for Superstep. So Blingus trying to push the decider here. Would have been back and forth battle between these two. Meanwhile, Cousin Avi now up to 88,000 points. Aaron at 108. So Aaron managing to outdo Avi here on the slower level start here. On fewer lines, but Avi now fighting back with a couple of Tetrises, so he'll take the lead for the moment here. Snowy asking, what happened in that contenders match? I can only assume you're referring to the Diamond Contenders match and not the fact that Jedi beat Nutricic Acid. Because we actually had 2 Contenders matches today. I mean, I don't know if Stolen's still here, but if he wants to answer that question for me, he could. You can see Jedi winning that. Yeah, if you only understood the path that Jedi and Nutricic took to get to that decider result. But, well, let Stolen's answer speak for itself in the chat here. Hello, Mr. This. Wait. Live for what? Wait. Oh, crap, right. It's a TM match coming up. Totally didn't forget about that. We still got 10 minutes here, this and that. You're early. I haven't even seen Coach here yet. Alright. on our top match. Currently 218 from... Oh, no, wait, that's not... I shouldn't say 218. Gotta refresh there. Come back to the top match score in a moment here. On our bottom match, currently 165 from Aaron, 259 from Kazunavi. So Avi has pulled ahead here with some very nice 18 antics, although he is running out of time before level 19, as he is less than 20 lines away here. So the runway to score points is quickly decreasing here for Kazunavi. Oh, so is the amount of space he has on the board, and Kazunavi is not going to be able to get out of this. He tops out at 262,000 points. So, Aaron, you have to get to 263,000 points. 263 is your target, Aaron. Alright, meanwhile, can now give a score update. It is 282 here for Superstep, and Blingus at 430,000 points. I'm sorry. What? Are you telling me Blingus is going to transition to level 16 with 432 off a 15 start? Well, okay then. Meanwhile, for Aaron, reminder that your chase down is 263. 263 is what you need to reach. How's the bottom match scored, says Snowy? It's just straight up 1-to-1 ratio, but it's a friendly match. Because I can't count different level starts as an elo match, of course, so. Jesus, Blingus. The Jesus cat has arrived. But not to discredit Superstep, who's going to transition to level 16 with 401. They both had 400k transitions. I'm freaking out. Listen, that I hope you're proud of the CTBW effort here being put on display. 447 now for Blingus on level 18. Superstep with 403 on level 16. Quite a line difference has formed here, so this could work to Superstep's advantage. Meanwhile, Aaron, unfortunately, does not chase down Kazunavi's score here, topping out at 193. So Avi will win this differing level start match. Is the top match Snowy versus Stolen in goal 49? It might as well be, Snowy. It might as well be. I know this and that. This is the loser's bracket, so these two are fighting for their lives here. Alright, for Stolen and Tired, I'm going to pull your streams up, and this and that, if you're wondering, you're going to come after the Blingus Superstep match. Oh, that might be soon, because Blingus does not survive long into 19 speeds, topping out at 508. Superstep, you need 509. 509 will win you the match here, Superstep. Superstep's going to set up for the Tetris on 19 speeds. Oh my god, this would be a heck of a way to do it. Oh no, but it closes off the well. Oh my god, Superstep's not going to get it. No, you're kidding me. Oh my god, he went for the kill. But the bar didn't show up in time. You can't make this up. You actually can't make this up. He was one bar away from getting what would have been his 13th victory in a row, and against the strongest sub-max outer in all of Tetris right now. He can still get his 13th win in a row, but now he's going to have to do it off the decider. Kids, this is why you burn, says Snowy. I mean, I'm not going to blame him for going for glory, because I probably would have done the same thing. But yeah, burning probably would have been the smart move. But to be fair, Superstep had that same scenario a couple of games ago, where he needed 3 Tetrises in a row, went into 19, got 3 Tetrises in a row. So he had pulled off that scenario before in this same match. But this time it did not work out. And so here we go. These two have both been playing out of their mind in and out of CTBW. And now I don't know what to expect. Correct, Superstep. None of them are ELO, but... Oh, yeah, you did lose to Liliana. That's true. I forgot about that. Yeah. So, I guess the win streak does... The win streak stays intact either way, I guess, yeah. Alright, I'm gonna count down for Blingus and Superstep. So here we go for game 5 in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. And then I'm gonna generate a seed for Stolen and Tired, so there you go for the two of you. Thanks for your patience. I always forget the win streak is ELO only. Of course, Superstep will still be fending that win streak too, because he will have a ladder match later on in this TMP show episode, but that'll be the third contenders match. Strongest non-max. I mean, if you go to the ELO spreadsheet for Tetris, Snowy, and you look highest ELOs among non-max outers, Blingus' name is at number 1. Trust me, I was looking through all the spreadsheets before doing his TNT show, so I know the numbers. Alright, seeds generated for you, Tired and Stolen. Let's see, Stolen's got entered in. Hello, Junior. How's it going? You're right, you're just in time for another marathon TNP show episode. Slightly less of a marathon than the usual one, but I guess 7 hours is still respectable enough. Alright, Tired ready to go, Stolen's ready to go. Let's get that match started off. Here we go in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. And I also need to mark down the end of that last match, even though it was a friendly. Still, still gets added to the history books. The CTWC now continues its push. Snowy. Snowy, do I need to remind you that Blingus is in the running to become a Div 4 CTL player as a sub-max outer? On the flip side of things, you have Superstep, who's won 12 ELO matches in a row, so... Welcome to State of Tetris in 2025, Snowy. As our good friend Liptonek would say. Alright, so far on our decider game up top, it is 174 for Blingus, 166 for Superstep. These two are playing their heart outs here. They both want this win. They both want to keep going on in this bracket. Meanwhile, down below, it is 124 early on for Stolen, 107 for Tired. It's nice thing Bling is about to get eliminated from the running once Wrongly kicks my ass tonight. Hey, I'm rooting for you, Snowy. I am rooting for you to take down Wrongly. If for anything else, because it pushes you one step further away from the relegation spot. Because I would rather I be the one to get relegated than you. Hello, Kochira. So Kochira, you and this and that will be playing up top as soon as the Blingus versus Superstep match is done. But if you two want to start going live, you can, because they are on the last game, and they are both about to reach transition, as it is 295 for Blingus here, 288 for Superstep. Meanwhile, down below, about halfway through 18 speeds between Tired and Stolen. 192 for Stolen, 214 for Tired, so close one between those two. Nope, yep, no worries, Kochira. Yep, you and this and that are about to play now. Or in a little bit. In like a couple minutes. Depends on how far into 18 and 19 and Blingus and Superstep end up going here. But here we go. Blingus is into 18 speeds, 339. Superstep still with about 10 lines to go here. Somehow the line difference once again creeping up for these two, which could once again give Superstep an advantage if a chase down were to form. Right now, Superstep's got to find a way down from this board. This is going to be a high transition into level 16. Okay, Superstep reopens the well. Needs a bar here. Gets the bar in time. Great survival by Superstep. 323 here for Superstep. 404 for Blingus. Meanwhile, back down below, 240 for Stolen. 319 for Tired. So Tired maybe smelling the blood in the water here, trying to take advantage of a somewhat shaken up Sword here. With Sword saying, don't think I'm letting you get the better of me that easily. At least that's what I'd like to imagine he's saying right about now. Alright, Blinks into 19 speeds here, 435 on the board. Superstep at 372, still with about 10 lines to go until the second transition hits. Superstep's board once again getting complicated, has to stay alive, and just has to keep burning lines here on 19 speeds, and just try and survive whatever he's about to deal with here. That board getting complicated again, Superstep cleaning it up just in time for 19 speeds. But can he get a bar for a Tetris? Yes, he can. Tetris Superstep up to 405, Blingus 467. And now actually Tired and Stolen both about to reach level 19 as well. 311 here for Stolen, 437 for Tired. We're about to have four-way 19 speeds. Oh dear. Put on your seatbelts, folks. We're about to be zooming along. Column 9 Tetris here for Superstep up to 459. Blingus 483. Nice tuck there by Stolen. Takes the Tetris 358 into 19 for Stolen. Bit of a lower transition than he probably would have liked, as Tired goes in with 486 into 19, 120,000 point lead for Tired. Meanwhile, Blingus and Superstep separated by about a Tetris of points, but Blingus slightly ahead here as they go for a potential center well setup. Ends up having to settle for a triple, but burns the board back down to a clean state. Superstep also debating a center well setup, but also going to burn through it and just stay alive for the moment. They're both on to level 22 and 23 respectively. Meanwhile, Tired and Stolen doing their best to build up here. Stolen set up for a Tetris, trying to erase this deficit. Hangs a bar on column 9. Can Stolen get out of this? Stolen waiting for another bar. Stolen does not get another bar and is done at 421, so Tired takes the first game on the bottom match. Meanwhile, 516 for Blingus, 483 for Superstep. These two still doing a nice job of staying alive. Superstep setting up for a Tetris. Senses that the bar was not arriving. Now just burning lines here. Great burns here by Superstep. Needs to be able to get something over to that left. Does get it over to the left. It's going to have to get something else over to the left, though. Oh my goodness, more great pieces for Superstep. Knock down the Tetris again! What was that dash control? 525 for Superstep, 558 for Blingus. Blingus' board falling out of control. Blingus is done at 558. Superstep needs to get to 559. But now Superstep needing something else for that left side gets a bar over. I think this might be line-outable. We'll see. Tired ends up finishing out at 640. Good job from Tired. Again, 559 is the target here for Superstep. This for the win. Superstep's board running into more problems, though. Still needs some more points here. He's just going to have to try and do this line by line. Jesus, is going to come down to the wire. Can he do this from halfway up the board? Can he clear enough lines? He's so close. He's so close. No, he needs another line. He needs another line. Superstep, you need another line. Superstep! No! No! What? No. Nah, stop the presses.